Photoshop CS6 has added another new tool, a very necessary one. Underneath the crop tool is the perspective crop tool. Now this used to be a checkbox or an option on the traditional crop tool in CS5 and earlier, but a lot of people weren't discovering it. If I select the perspective crop tool, I want to remove the nightclub from this image, and I'm going to click once at each corner, and I can manually map where I would like this to crop, using the natural perspective of the building to determine what to keep and what to get rid of. Once I let go, I might want to zoom in with Command plus or Control plus, and I love Shift Tab to hide my panels on the right, but leave the toolbar up so I can focus on the image. There we go. I'll scroll over. And I'm using the wheel on my mouse to move to each spot until I'm happy with this. Often I'll crop a little bit of the building out just to make sure there's no gray along the edges. And here I've got that red portion popping in, so I might decide visually to get rid of that as well. I think I'm happy with this, so I'll pull this down a hair, hit Command 0 or Control 0 to fit in window, and press Return or Enter to see the crop with perspective. Now I missed a bit over here, but I'm going to let it go. You could try this with your own images. And here's another way to use the perspective crop tool. Instead of clicking to drag corner points or clicking to create corner points, I can simply click and drag to make a rectangular frame, and then when I let go, pull the edges in to correct the perspective. With this image, I'm going to use a little bit of the sidewalk and the street here to create the angle. But to avoid the building getting too thin at the top, I will correct this back to widen it a bit, using my best judgment. And when I'm happy with all the corners, I'll leave this little bit extra in because I can use Content Aware Fill to fix it. I'll press Return or Enter to do the crop. Beautiful. And I'll grab my Magic Wand tool, which is underneath the Quick Selection tool. Click once on the white, select, modify, expand by 10 pixels, edit, fill, Content Aware, which was added in CS5, and I can't live without these days. And I'll deselect, Command D or Control T. You would never know that that was missing. So much time is saved that I used to work hard to get the perfect clone with the Clone Stamp tool. Now just let Photoshop do the hard work. Let it do the heavy lifting. So with these two images, I have done a perspective crop to make it look as if I was almost straight on shooting it. In fact, I could make the top of the building a little bit wider, but I want to give the feel of the height of this building, so a little bit of scaling down towards the top, as if I were looking up at it from the street, is desired for the look and feel that I want for this image. So grab some of your own shots, preferably buildings, but anything shot at a low angle, and try out Photoshop's new Perspective Crop tool to see how you can just get the perfect image out of something that you love that isn't quite in the right perspective for your intended use.